We welcome you back to CBS Mornings. It was 1 year ago today that the last American troops left Afghanistan, ending a 20-year war, the longest in U.S. history. We all remember this scene. There was mayhem in the weeks before the final pullout as tens of thousands of Afghans at Kabul's airport tried to flee. Imtiaz Tyab returned to Kabul recently and spoke with a former Afghan interpreter for the U.S. Air Force who is still unable to leave and says he fears for his life.
The final image of the last U.S. service member leaving Afghanistan, taken at the stroke of midnight 1 year ago. The chaos that has marked the end of America's longest war has come to define President Biden's botched withdrawal following the Taliban's rapid takeover, triggering the collapse of the U.S.-backed government and national army, sending tens of thousands of terrified Afghans to Kabul's main airport, begging to be airlifted to safety, even passing their young children to soldiers, hoping at least they would be saved. A suicide bombing in the crowd carried out by the Afghan affiliate of ISIS killed nearly 200, including 13 U.S. service members. 1 year later, and it's quiet here. All that's left to remind us of the horrors are fragments of people's clothes caught in this razor wire.
Thousands of desperate Afghans came to this gate, the Abbey Gate, in order to flee the Taliban and get on one of those U.S. military aircraft out of the country. But many more were left behind,
including former interpreter Saeed Mortaza Wafa.
We're in a safe house right now.
Sure.
We filmed on smartphones so as not to draw the Taliban's attention to his location.
They always call me American spy. They're still searching for me to find me. Yeah.
And why do they call you an American spy?
Because I was a translator for 3 years for the U.S. Air Forces, and I was very close to the United States Air Forces.
Wafa was based at the Bagram Airfield, which was the largest U.S. military base in Afghanistan. Retired Master Sergeant with the Air Force David Piskorik is desperate to get Wafa out.
Do you believe his life is in danger?
I do. He's always been a very truthful individual, especially while we were working side by side and hand in hand. I have no reason to doubt whether or not he's in danger.
It's unknown exactly how many Afghan translators remain trapped in Afghanistan. According to the U.S. government, 17,000 Afghans, including Wafa, have submitted applications for what's known as special immigration visas, while another 74,000 are still working their way through the highly complex submission process. For Wafa, 1 year on, too little is being done to improve things.
If you could ask President Joe Biden one question, what would it be?
Help the translator to get into safety. We helped Americans. So why he cannot help all those translators who left behind in here in a very hard situation?
The U.S. government has said it's trying to streamline the visa process, but for far too many Afghans still living in fear of the Taliban, it's not happening fast enough. For CBS Mornings, Imtiaz Tyab, Kabul, Afghanistan.